Welcome to the Super Dietability Podcast.
Welcome. In the last episode, we talked about resumability, the ability to return quickly after a disruption.
And that ability creates consistency. But today, we're moving into something that determines whether that consistency actually leads to long-term results.
Exactly. Because losing weight is one thing, but maintaining that loss is a completely different challenge.
And this is where most people struggle. Not because they can't lose weight, but because they don't know how to protect what they've already achieved.
Yes, and if you look at the bigger picture, many people have already proven that they can lose weight. They've done it before, sometimes multiple times.
But the pattern repeats. Weight is lost and then gradually regained.
Which means the real issue is not weight loss, it's weight maintenance.
That's why we call this ability loss maintenance ability.
The ability to not only lose fat, but to protect at least 80% of that loss over time.
And what's interesting is that most people approach dieting with a temporary mindset.
They think in phases. I'll diet now, and later I'll go back to normal.
But that normal is exactly what created the problem in the first place.
So when they return to it, the weight returns with it.
Which means the real shift is not in the diet itself, but in the mindset behind it.
You don't start with a weight loss mindset. You start with a maintenance mindset.
In other words, you don't ask, how do I lose weight quickly?
You ask, what can I sustain long enough to keep the results?
Because if something cannot be maintained, it should not be started.
And that single principle changes how you make decisions every day.
For example, instead of extreme restriction, you look for stability.
Instead of short-term intensity, you focus on long-term control.
And this doesn't mean progress becomes slow or ineffective,
It means progress becomes durable,
because the goal is not just to reach a lower weight.
but to build a system that holds that weight in place.
And this is where loss maintenance ability becomes practical.
You begin to think in terms of protection, not just reduction.
You ask yourself, what part of my progress am I securing today?
Because every day you either reinforce your results or you weaken them.
And small shifts matter. A consistent eating window, controlled portions, awareness of habits.
These are not temporary tools. They are structural elements of maintenance.
And when you combine this with resumability,
You create something powerful.
because now, even if there's a disruption,
You recover quickly and protect your progress at the same time.
which means you no longer start over.
You continue from where you are.
Loss maintenance ability does not chase results.
It stabilizes them,
And over time, that stability becomes your new baseline.
not something you fight for, but something you live with.
This is loss maintenance ability.
The second of the 7 diet abilities.
In the next episode, we'll move into appetite fixability.
Stay in the system